I done got old, my memory bad, I got a bad bladder, I done been in the bathroom like 15 times a night. So I can't really do poetry no more. So this is the only show I do. So I always write a new piece. Say what? All right, baby, that's it. Houston City for life. If y'all don't know, you better go visit. Second all-black city in the United States. Y'all know where Houston City at? Yeah. I ain't y'all from Houston City. Woo! HC for life. So I write a new piece just for this show. And I always want somebody to practice on, so I always ask my husband to listen, and he always tells me the exact same thing. I want to hear it for the first time with everybody else. And I'm like, but you might need to censor me, because I might say some shit you don't want nobody to know. But he always want to hear it when y'all hear it. So this will be his first time hearing this piece too. Look, why everybody at our table went, uh-oh. So this piece is called Bold. To the woman who so boldly told me that she was in love with my husband. I told you might should have listened to this shit before I got up here. Oh, y'all didn't know y'all was getting all this, did you? I told you I was going to take you from the beginning to my current situation. I'm finna let you have it. Listen, this Heflin, Alabama. What goes on in Heflin, Alabama? All right. So to the woman who so boldly told me that she was in love with my husband, I picture you sitting in your chair, phone in hand, writing, deleting, then reading your text before finally sending it to me. Not knowing what to say or how much detail you should provide about you and my husband's intimacy, but I could tell from your message you had some fears about disclosing his affairs, yet still you wanted to make it crystal clear you weren't going anywhere. Your ultimatum to me was accept you or divorce him. Of course, my reply was divorce is not an option for me, but what I will do is meet for drinks or to grab something to eat to see if we can resolve this. You agree. I pick the place and I get there early just so that I could watch you walk in. You see me, your lips instantly form into a devilish grin like the cat that has swallowed the canary. You already calculated your win. You extend your hand to greet me. Now I'm dressed casually in jeans, no makeup, hair pulled up, but you, oh Hunter, you dressed to impress. Face beat, eyelashes on fleek. You wanted to show me that you were better. As soon as I start to talk, you interrupt and you begin to speak. I'm glad we finally get to meet face to face, you say. I'm in love with your husband and there's no way that I'm ending this. See, what we have is new and exciting, and you, well, you're the old forgotten toy that he once loved, but now sits idly on a shelf. So why should I play second fiddle to you, boo-boo, when I can have him for myself? You know, I've often thought about you. Actually, I just kind of felt sorry for you. That you were in love with a man that didn't love you anymore. I mean, oh my gosh, your sex life must be such a bore. But the things that man does to my body, I've never felt before. And maybe it's the way that he just, soul kisses my pussy until I come. Then flips me over on all fours, fucking me until I just can't take anymore. You know, there were times when you were going to work and I was coming in your back door, fucking your husband, in your house, in your bed. And I used to feel bad about it, but not anymore. See, I'm glad it's all out in the open because I'm ready to begin my new life with my man. I know there's some shit, ain't it? I looked this woman in the face, this woman who so boldly told me that she was in love with my husband. And I know some of y'all are expecting me to backhand this bitch, to knock her bold ass boldly in the middle of next week. But I was glad it was out. The jig was up. I bowed my head in defeat, closed my eyes to collect my thoughts before I began to speak. How's your mom, I asked? Is her diabetes better? And what about your son, Tyreek? Is he still meeting with the Army recruiter next week? I'm sorry, you look a little confused. Bear with me for one moment. Let me see if I can clear this thing up for you. See, take a look behind you. She takes a peek over her shoulder and my tall, caramel complected, also handsome husband steps into view. He a clown, don't pay him no attention. Stop even looking over that way. He comes to our table, gives me a kiss, and takes the seat right beside me. Okay, Ma, pick your jaw up off the floor and let me tell you the real story. See, from the very beginning, I told my husband, I like women. And his response was, shit, me too. He said, Adisa, my job is to provide, protect, and love, not judge you. So I told him, if I can go out and get some pussy, shit, you can too. And that brings us to you. See, we were at that little hole in the wall club on Highway 202 when I saw you staring at us, and I already knew your type. Boldly disrespectful of a married man's wife. Ooh, Hansi, it tickles me to think you really thought you was about that life. See, I know the minute I got up and went to the bathroom, you gave my husband your number and told him to call. Then you went right back to drinking and dancing like you hadn't did shit at all. That's why when we left the club, I got his phone and I began to text, telling you whatever you needed to hear so you would take that next step. See, boo-boo, I was the one that was mind fucking you. And it was my words that made your pussy wet. And you made it so easy because your ass so thirsty and needy. Listen. Oh, Hunty, he told me all about how good you could suck a dick. And that trick that he does with his tongue on your clit. Bitch, I taught him that shit. You're welcome. It feels good though, don't it? Like he snatched and sucked and sucked and snatched your soul. Got you sounding like Michael Jackson with the Holy Ghost. E-G-E-L-L-O-C, mama C, mama sa, mama kusa. I'm just saying, there's nothing my husband says or does that I don't know. I even know about your Kim K and Ray J moments, honey. We watched your videos. To tell the truth, that shit was kind of hot. And after we watched your video where he and we fucked a lot. I just, yeah, I'm so fucked up.
Take your time, take your time.
After we watched your video, he and we fucked a lot. See, I appreciate you being available to him when I would go to work or the conferences out of town. I thought it was kind of cute how you would leave a pair of panties or some earrings laying around hoping it would get him caught. See, I too have thought about what I would say to you if we ever met face to face. If you ever got bold enough to think you could take my place. See, I understand why you fell in love with him. It's the same reasons I fell too. Because he does all the things that good men do. So now that everything is out in the open, here's my question for you. Now that you know that it was really me you were talking and texting, it seems to me, you might love my husband's dick and tongue, but your heart and mind belong to me. See, I don't mind sharing because I really am about that life. So my question to you is, would you like to be our sister wife? This woman who so boldly told me that she was in love with my husband bowed her head, closed her eyes, and took a deep breath before looking me boldly in my eyes and replying, why, hell yes. Enjoy the rest of the show.